Beloved Saints, today's 5-minute message of redemptive history is about the Wilderness of Engedi from the third book of redemptive history series, The Unquenchable Lamp of the Covenant. When David was being pursued by Saul, he left the wilderness of Maon and moved to the Wilderness of Engedi, which is the 11th place of refuge. When Saul returned from his battle against the Philistines, he heard that David was in the Wilderness of Engedi. Then he took 3,000 chosen men from all throughout Israel and went to the Wilderness of Engedi to find David. There, Saul had to go into a cave to relieve himself. In other words, he had to urinate. At that time, David happened to be hiding deep inside the same cave. The opportunity had come for David to take revenge on Saul. Yet David did not take advantage of the opportunity. He merely cut off the edge of Saul's robe in silence. In addition, he did not allow his men to harm Saul. David acted in this manner because Saul was Lord's anointed, and David believed that God would directly intervene in regard to this matter. David cut off a piece of Saul's robe in order to prove his innocence and faithfulness, but even this act bothered his conscience. In truth, David's conscience of faith was pure. Although David had the perfect opportunity to take revenge on Saul, he abstained from killing him. Moreover, David assumed a humble attitude and exalted his enemy as king, while referring to himself as a dead dog, a single flea. This is in 1 Samuel 24, verse 14. David also humbly said to Saul, "My hand shall not be against you." This instantly melted Saul's wicked and obstinate heart, and he acknowledged David's royal authority. In 1 Samuel 24, verse 20, Saul says, "I know that you will surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel will be established in your hands." Then Saul lifted up his voice and wept, "You are more righteous than I, for you have dealt well with me, while I have dealt wickedly with you." This is in 1 Samuel 24, verse 17. Saul repented, even if it was just for that moment, and he then went home. David wrote Psalm 57 based on his experience in the cave. The heading for Psalm 57 states, "When he had fled from Saul into the cave." Psalms 57 verses 1 to 2 says, "Be merciful to me, O God, be merciful to me, for my soul trusts in you, and in the shadow of your wings I will make my refuge. Until these calamities have passed by, I will cry out to God Most High, to God who performs all things for me." Here, David described his painful experience with words. During times of despair, David trusted completely in God and cried out to him, to God who accomplishes all things. In Psalm 141, which he wrote as he reflected upon his time in Engedi, he prayed, "Keep me safe from the traps set by evildoers, from the snares they have laid for me." Even as he experienced intense suffering, David felt secure and did not give way to anxiety, nor did he complain. Instead, he cried out to God and did not cease singing praises and giving thanks. Beloved saints, the image of David entrusting judgment to God and desiring to overcome evil with good calls to mind Jesus, who entrusted everything to God and walked the way of the cross silently through all the jeering and mockery. Today, let our lives be like David and like Jesus. Let our grumblings and complaints cease, even when we are in difficult situations. Instead, let there be praise and thanksgiving, overcoming evil with good. Let us have victory. I bless in the name of the Lord.